Yo my people, today I'm gonna break down how I made this crazy loop for Drake or someone like Rylo Rodriguez. It's an R&B type of vibe, so let's just get straight into it. Alright, so we started with these keys, Relic upright in the Hammers and Waves contact bank, and we played this. So we're working in C minor, 174 BPM. We've started with on the root note of C, then we've gone to the 5th, added the 7th for the first chord. Then we've gone down 1 in the scale to the A, and then we've just added the 3rd and the 5th. And then for the A sharp up here is just a root note copied up 1 octave. Next we're going down 1 in the scale again. We got the G, we're skipping the 3rd, going straight to the 5th, and then adding the 7th. So it's just the 7th chord without the 3rd. And then for this last chord here, it's the same as the previous one, but we've added the 3rd, which is the C. And then instead of leaving it here, we've copied it up 1 octave. And then we've added these 2 passing notes to bring it back through into the next section of the chords. So with the second half of the piano melody, what we've done is to create variation and make it sound a bit different. In the first set of chords here, we don't have the D sharp, the 3rd added in. So what we've done, we've added it in, but we've copied it up 1 octave. So the D sharp is up here. Then also we've layered the G, so we had a G down here in the first set of chords, but now we've copied it up 1 octave to give it a variation in the high end. Then we've done the same thing with this second chord here. So we've taken the A sharp, which is the root note, copied it up 1 octave, and then we've taken the F as well, which is in the first chord, and we've copied that up. For this chord here, we've taken the 7th, which is the G, copied it up 1 octave, and then we've also, there was no 3rd in this chord here, so we've added the 3rd, which is the C. To create variation at the end, instead of having the chord copy over like it does here, we've switched it up and we've just created this C chord in the higher octaves. We used the C, the 3rd, and then the 7th and strummed it. And then to bring it all back to the beginning again, we just created this little run, just comes down in the scale and it brings everything together nicely. Okay, so and then what we did after we had these chords laid out, we shifted everything up 1 octave like that, exported it, and then once you've got it exported like here, then you shift it down a whole octave, or I've done it 500 semitones, and then it just creates crazy texture in the piano now, and this is how it sounds. Compared to this. So you can see this one is much more full. It's got little textures in it now just from where it's been pitched around, and it just sounds a bit more sampled. So I really like using that technique. It sounds really good every time. So once we've done that, I want to make it sound even more vintage. So then we go on to the effects. RC20. We got the Bliss instrument spice preset. Magic switch, which is like a chorus. It just makes the sound a little bit more wide. Again, I'm widening it again with an S1 imager. Reverb, compressor. I like this one, makes everything sound a bit more vintage. And then we've got a EQ, cutting out some of the lows and then boosting some of the highs. So the next sound we added is this bell sound, and it sounds like this. We've just copied the chords from the piano. So it's the fluffy preset from the 44th floor. A great preset, it's absolutely crazy. And then for the effects on it, I've added a delay with a 1/8 delay on it. A magic switch again for the chorus. S1 imager, reverb, compressor, and then an EQ. After that, I've added another bell just to layer with the first one. So together, they sound like this. Then I'll mute the first one. So I've added this second bell just because I feel like it complements the other one really well. It's just giving it a bit of low end and it's a bit more airy. And then again, we've copied the same chords as the piano, but instead of deleting the top notes and the runs, we've kept them in. The effects on this bell are the same as the previous bell. I'm just running them through the exact same chain, so nothing's changed there. Next up, we've got a pad. It's from Vision X's Gallery Bank, and that sounds like this. And then for the effects on that, EQ, a reverb, S1 imager, and then an EQ, taking out some of the high end, some of the mids. Next up, we added this vocal from the Bliss multi-kit. If you want that, links in the description. I'll leave everything there so you can go and get it. This vocal with the piano sounds like this. For this vocal, we didn't add any effects. All of the vocals in the Bliss kit already come with effects on, so they either need nothing added to them or just like minimal EQing or reverbs. Next up, we got these accents, and again we use them from the Bliss bundle, and they sound like this with the piano. They just add something so different to your loops. That's why I used accents and textures in all of my loops recently. So for the effects, we just added a delay, a reverb, and then an EQ. Next up, we've added another vocal. This one is from Splice. It's this vocal here, and it sounds like this. Then for the effects on that, we've got an ambience, which is a free reverb plugin. We've got another reverb, LFO tool, which creates like a bouncing texture. Then we've got a pancake to stereoize. Is that a word? Let's roll with it. Around your headphones. And then we've got a delay and then a EQ, cutting out some of the mids, harsh frequencies, all of that. And then to finish off the loop, we've just added this hard bass, and it sounds like this. So this bass is just following the root notes, and then at the end, it's just going up in the scale just to create a bit of variation, makes it loop round nicely. And then that preset is from Synth Palace, and it's the double bass preset. I really like this one, use it quite a lot, it's fire. Then for the effects on the bass, cutting out some of the highs, a little bit of the lows. And then we got a decapitator on the default preset, just adding a bit of punch and a bit of distortion to it so it can cut through the mix. Yeah, and that's the finished loop. It was a super simple one, super quick one. Just layering up loads of sounds can create something really good. You don't have to always go crazy with top lines and stuff like that. Just layer up the sounds and you can get some cool vibes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want the Bliss Loop Makers bundle, I'm gonna leave the links in the description for that. It's got some great feedback so far. Everyone that's bought it is loving it. And if you want to see more videos from me, I'm gonna leave some at the end of this video. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.